Alexander. Today, the fourth graders have prepared a special exhibit for you. It's called Untold Stories of Radical Resistance and the American Revolution. First, some fourth graders want to explain our exhibit to you, and then we'll invite you upstairs to learn more.
Over the past few weeks, we've been learning about the American Revolution. After reading many historical texts about the Revolution, we asked ourselves, who does this story feature?
We could name a series of historical figures who were featured in these texts, like George Washington, King George III, and Paul Revere. Can you raise your hand if you've ever heard one of those names before?
But then we ask ourselves, who is missing from these narratives? We notice women and people of color were oftentimes left out of these texts. So we decided to do something about that. We knew that Black people were in America at this time period, oftentimes against their will. Historical texts may have chosen not to feature their stories, but we wanted to make it our job to tell their stories proudly. We studied many different African Americans from the American Revolution. For example, we studied
Mary Perth. What was this wrong?
and
Richard Allen.
some of the people you'll learn about today endured slavery. Others were lucky enough to be born free. No matter who they are, they all showed radical resistance. That means they fought back bravely against injustice for themselves and for other people of color.
Elizabeth Freeman, who you can learn more about in our museum upstairs, once wrote, anytime while I was a slave, if 1 minute's freedom had been offered to me and I had been told I might die at the end of that minute, I would have taken it, just to stand 1 minute on God's earth as a free woman. This quote speaks to how demeaning and brutalizing slavery was. It is important that we do not forget the deep mistreatment African Americans endured.
We will not forget the injustice of slavery, but we also want to remember the bravery, kindness, and resilience of these important historical figures. Our museum exhibition is a tribute not only to men and women featured in our museum today, but also to other people of color whose stories have not yet been given the attention they deserve. We would not all be here together today if it weren't for the extraordinary resistance of the historical figures you'll learn about upstairs.
We hope today you learn the story of someone you haven't heard about before. Before you go upstairs, we have a challenge for you. We challenge you each to teach at least one other person who isn't here today about a historical figure you learn about in our museum. It is not just our job, but it's also your job to say their names and lift up their voices.
Might be hard to find 'cause I'm alone.
so much hard work to this project. Can we give them another round of applause? I also wanted to thank you all for being here today, you guys for joining us on live stream, and I wanted to thank the incredible PAS faculty who have put so much work into this project. Cheers to those people. Thank you. Team effort. So when you all come upstairs today, you're going to see that each fourth grader is wearing a tag that says, "Ask me about a particular historical figure." When you join us upstairs, we ask you to do that. Ask them about their historical figure. They can't wait to teach you about them. So our fourth grade is going to start proceeding upstairs now. We're going to give them a minute to get situated, and then we're going to join them upstairs. So, to our live streamers, we're going to videotape what's going on upstairs, and that will be
Today we are performing a poem called Black Gold.
A wealth of resources within ourselves to think, produce, and be creative. We're golden babies with diamond souls, our strength and blood within us. An ancient people, powerful people, builders of civilization. I can, because of them. Black gold, black gold, black gold.
Benjamin Banneker, surveyor of Washington, D.C. Barack Obama, a great president I see in me. L. Louis Latimer invented carbon filament for the electric light so we can clearly see at night. A. Andrew Beard invented the Jenny coupler using big hooks that are greasy, making trains easy. C.
Carter Woodson G. a vision he did see when he proclaimed February for Black History.
K.
Kevin Woolfolk liked to watch animals run, invented the workout wheel so hamsters have fun.
G. Granville Woods built a grass plane so railroad workers could talk train to train. O.
Ozzie Williams' ideas would never be tossed. His radar helped people find planes that were lost.
L.
L.C. Bailey invented the folding bed, a comfortable place to rest your head.
D. Daniel Williams, an unstoppable force, performed the first successful heart surgery. E. State Department.
Technical difficulties. Ready? Oh no! My phone lost power! Oh no. Let's just do it ourselves. Ready? 1, 2, ready. The night is beautiful, just like the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, just like the eyes of my people. The sun is beautiful, just like the souls of my people. We are beautifully and wonderfully made. The night. The night is beautiful, just like the faces of my people. The stars are beautiful, just like the eyes of my people. The sun is beautiful, just like the souls of my people. We are beautifully and wonderfully made. Unashamedly black, unapologetically beautiful. I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. Unashamedly black, unapologetically beautiful. I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. Unashamedly black.
I'm Miss Ehrenberg. I'm the 4th grade writing and social studies teacher. So in this project, it's called the Untold Stories of Radical Resistance in the American Revolution. 4th graders are studying African Americans from the time period of the American Revolution whose stories often go unheard. And I was thinking about some way to properly honor Black History Month, and I wanted to make sure that students were lifting up the voices of people whose stories don't often get told, and was trying to build off of the project that Miss Johnson has done previously with the Wax Museum. So for this project, the students had to write an informational text all about their historical figure, they had to draw a portrait, they had to memorize a script that they created about their historical figure, and they had to be prepared to sing in front of an audience.
Tell me about Salem Port.
Today I'll be teaching you about an untold story of Salem Port. People should know that he enlisted as a medical man. He killed several British soldiers in the Battle of Bunker Hill. Salem resisted against injustice by enlisting into the American Army to fight for freedom.
Today I'll be teaching about the often untold story of Paul Cuff. Paul Cuff helped people of color by taking them to Sierra Leone where they could be free. He was a slave abolitionist who built a school in his birth town so the resident children could have access to a good education. Paul Cuff helped people of color by taking them to Sierra Leone where they had freedom.
Thank you.
Yay. My name is Sunny and I'm in 208.
Okay.
Hello, today I'll be teaching you about the often untold story of Jana Lee. Jana Lee was a slave that became the first authorized female preacher. Now that's what I call amazing. Jana Lee resisted against the mistreatment of African American women.
Thank you.
My name is Shylin Miller and I'm in 208.
Okay. Tell me about Boston King.
I'll be teaching you about the often untold story of Boston King. People should remember his name because Boston King helped 3,000 black loyalists to be safe and free. By telling Boston King's story, we show that we want a version of history that shows the obstacles he overcame.
Is that it?
My name is Fadi, and I'm in Miss Harrenberg's class 208.
Okay. Tell me about Prince Estabrook. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yep. Today I will be teaching you the often untold story of Prince Estabrook, the first African American to fight in the American Revolutionary War. People should know that he got shot in the shoulder in 1775. I hope you think Prince Estabrook is a hero for all black people.
Alright, thank you.
My name is Jana, and I'm in 208.
Okay. Tell me about Oliver Cromwell. Is that how you pronounce it?
Today I'll be teaching you about the often untold story of Oliver Cromwell. People should know Oliver Cromwell fought in the Revolutionary War. He also received the Badge of Merit, which Washington personally awarded him for his long and dedicated service.
Thank you. I'll see you then.
My name is Max, and I am in Miss Harrenberg's class 208.
Okay. Tell me about Prince Hall.
Prince Hall. Today I'll be teaching about the often untold story of Prince Hall. People should know that Prince Hall was freed from slavery and that he created one of the first Masonic lodges for black people called African American Lodge No. 1. Prince Hall also created one of the first African American schools in Boston and helped end slavery in Massachusetts. Prince Hall resisted prejudice and slavery by having many accomplishments, even when people would think of his race before thinking of his character.
Thank you.
My name is Roberto Munoz, and I'm in Miss Ellenborg class 208. Today I'll be teaching you about the often untold story of Wentworth Cheswell by telling what people should know about Wentworth Cheswell is that he did the exact same job as Paul Revere. He warned the colonists that the redcoats were coming. By telling Wentworth Cheswell's story, we resist against a version of history that tells Paul Revere's story but not Wentworth Cheswell's.
My name is Josiah Sikel. I'm in Miss Amber's class 4A.
Alright, tell me about George Melton.
Today I'll be teaching the untold story of George Milton. Have you ever heard of a group called the Bucks of America? The Bucks of America was a military group who served in the Revolutionary War. We should remember George Milton for his bravery for the Bucks of America and his kindness to other people.
Is that it?
Yep.
Alright, thank you. Who's class here?
Hello, I am Alec Jordan Santoro, and I am in Miss Ehrenberg's class.
Alright, tell me about Crispus Attucks.
Crispus Attucks, or people should know that Crispus Attucks ran away from slavery. What you should also know about Crispus Attucks is he was the first to fight and the first to die for our country at the Boston Massacre. Later in time, he was buried with the white people who died at the massacre. At the time, that was very rare for a black person to do. Crispus Attucks resisted against injustice by escaping slavery and showed a role of patriotism. Thank you.
Alright, thank you.
My name is Kai Shermans, and I'm in 208.
Okay.
So, today I will be teaching about the often untold story of Crispus Attucks. Something people should know about Crispus Attucks is that he ran away as a young slave, which bought him freedom. Also, he was the first person to die in the Boston Massacre. Crispus Attucks resisted injustice by standing up to a British redcoat and throwing a chunk of wood at him. Wow, that's amazing.
Alright, thank you.
My name is Ella Johnstone, and I am in 208.
Okay. Tell me about Mary Perth. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah. Today I will be teaching you about the often untold story of Mary Perth. People should know that late at night when her slave owners were asleep, she would tie her baby to her back and walk 10 miles to Great Dismal Swamp to lead secret prayer meetings. Mary Perth resisted against injustice by being brave enough to risk getting caught as she walked 10 miles to lead secret prayer meetings.